The microservice demo application requires a MongoDB database. Since MongoDB is not managed through Helion Development Platform, this service needs to be set up independently. Instructions to set this up are found on the GitHub page for the repository. We proceed by creating a new instance in hpcloud.com. We do this by launching a new instance. We give it the name MongoDB. We'll make this a small. We want to boot from image. And for this image, we'll choose Ubuntu 14.04 LTS. We want to be able to access this over SSH. So under the Access and Security tab, we make sure that our key pair and SSH are selected, at which point we're ready to launch our new instance. While the instance is being scheduled and spawned, we can click Associate Floating IP, and we need to add a new floating IP address. We do that on our external network, allocate IP, and then we associate that new IP address with our MongoDB server instance. MongoDB requires access over port 27017. In order to accommodate this, we need to create a new security group, which we'll call Mongo. We then manage rules for our new Mongo security group and add a rule for TCP on port 27017 and add. From the Instances tab, we can edit security groups and add the Mongo security group to our Mongo instance. We want to capture this IP address and use this in PuTTY along with our existing key pair to connect to our MongoDB server. We can accept the new host key, at which point we're ready to begin installing MongoDB. We first issue a command to add a new key to the apt environment. We then add our list for the MongoDB binaries. Next, we update apt-get, at which point we're ready to use apt-get to install MongoDB. Using the process command, we can see that MongoDB is now running. However, in order to accommodate connections from the dev platform instance, we need to make one modification to the mongo.conf file, and we change the bind IP to 0.0.0.0, which means it will accept connections from any IP address. Now bear in mind that there may be security implications to this choice, so this is for demonstration only. For a production deployment of an application like this, you would want to make sure that you had appropriate bindings for IP addresses where you expected connections. After making the change to mongod.conf, it's necessary to restart the MongoDB service. At this point, we should be able to connect to the Mongo service. We can use the database survey. And in the results collection of the survey database, we can insert a test document to confirm that MongoDB is operating properly. At which point, we now have MongoDB installed and ready for the microservice.